Hi, welcome to the Sports Award for the 2019-2020 season. This has been a weird year for sports. I think when we started this season, particularly for tennis, we thought, it's going to be a regular year. Well, as we found out, things changed a bit, and hence the Sports Awards are being coordinated by Ms. Zinke, having coaches pop up a video to do this similar presentation that we would have last year. Instead of a plate of lasagna, you're going to eat whatever you're going to eat with this awards night. Anyways, I'd really like to thank the team. It was a great year. We actually had awesome weather, very few rainouts, and a lot of participation in a tremendous group of junior athletes. So much so, in fact, our junior girls one loss of this year, first time ever for Holy Trinity, and that's huge. For the school, and it's huge for you guys. It showed how your participation counted because everyone got points, but also shows that everyone can chip in, and we also had some excellent athletes. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some of the notables this year. Rebecca Perdue, who's a grade 9 student, finished second in senior open tennis, so that has her playing against the top athletes in the province. She did qualify for OFSA this year. Unfortunately, it was canceled, but Rebecca's going to be back. She's amazing, and I hope she'll come out to practice sometimes with the team, because you guys are going to see really what it takes to be good. She works really hard, but tremendously positive and has a really good insight into the game. I think she's going to be excellent, and we might hear a lot from her down the road. Amelia Arizaz, she, it would sound negative if I said she could hardly hit a ball in grade 9, but she could hardly hit a ball in grade 9. And this year she came out gangbusters, and I was amazed. Like, when she practiced, she was hitting the ball beautifully and moving really well, and I encourage Amelia to keep playing. I think if you enjoy the sport, it's something you can do for a long time. Olivia Lamanna, you played singles, and I was impressed with that. You were always positive, and you hit a good ball. I mean, practice, it's always important. Ryan Crooks and Zach Bowles, probably the hardest working two, the doubles team anyways, the boys. You guys practiced a lot and you played really well. I think overall, as the team goes, I think we have to remember that when we practice, we have to try to play like we practice. So if you're hitting the ball hard in practice, try to go out in the games and play. And I know that's hard. Sometimes we choke up on the rack and we don't swing as hard, but sometimes you just got to play without fear, and that's a very difficult thing to do. And I think if you get to see Rebecca play, you'll see someone who plays without fear. She hits for the lines and she hits hard. Anyways, this year we had a great group of kids. I'm going to announce everyone's name really quickly. Alex Venning, Avery Prest, Deanna Trevisan, Amelia Arizaz, Gracie Sangster, Jacob Whedon, Olivia Lamanna, Rebecca Perdue, Ryan Crooks, Sophie Nimsev, Tyler Canton, Zach Bowles, and Mr. Scott. Again, I mentioned that we had a LASA banner, and that should be up in the gym when you guys come back in the fall. This year's Coaches Award, Coach's Choice, goes to our spirit leader of this team. She made a lot of noise, and it was almost kind of like being at a rugby practice, and I really liked the positive nature of it, and she encouraged kids to just go for it, as she did herself, and that's Sophie Nimsev. Sophie, a pleasure to be around and a pleasure to have you on the team, and I wish you the best of luck in the future. MVP this year, certainly honorable mention would go to any number of athletes: Rebecca, Amelia, Olivia, Ryan Crooks, even Zach. You're all excellent athletes. Diana Trevisan is my MVP, and Diana works really hard. And what I liked about her this year and in last year as well is she chose to play singles, which is not easy. And she moved forward in her game, and she added a lot of points to the team for the LASA championship. But I think for what Diana brings is hard work and positive attitude. And the reality is I could probably name 4 or 5 kids to that award. So to cut this a little bit shorter, then I could go on forever. But it's been a great year. I really enjoyed it. Tennis was a lot of fun this year. We had a good group, really good spirit, and I encourage all of you to keep playing. It's a game you can play all your life. And I continue to play tennis and enjoy it. And in fact, I'm starting to play something called pickleball or deck tennis now. And that game is a lot of fun, and I encourage you to try it, even though it's an old person's sport. But some of the young athletes who are playing it are pretty exciting, and it's a lot of fun, and it doesn't take a lot of space, and it's a relatively inexpensive game too. You don't wear out balls like you do regular tennis balls. Anyways, thank you for being part of the team. Thank you for blessing me with your presence on the court, and I wish you all the best of luck in the coming years. Take care.